are amazing. $50 extra in your bank account, amazing. A campfire smoke, amazing. Mosh pit, amazing. Slow dancing with someone you love, amazing. These poets are simply amazing.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube. I'm Joe Atticus Inch, and welcome to this week's edition of Poet Love. And today, someone very close to my heart. One wild and crazy guy, just always brings a smile to my face. Tom Budday. What can I say about Tom? Well, let's start with the biography. Tom is a poet from, where's that place, Mario?
Detroit!
That's right. Talking about another Detroit poet. He's toured, been featured in numerous teams, including the Rust Belt winning Team Turgid with J.W. Basillo, who we've talked about, Jamal vs. Mays, who we'll talk about, and Roger Banera-Guard, who we've talked about. He is the author of this book, Blood, Bone, and the Little Birds, and wild and crazy guy is the best way that I can describe Tom. I first met Tom when he did a feature at the Writer's Block Poetry Slam a couple years ago, which is weird because Writer's Block doesn't really do features that much, so it's always nice when they get a feature. I remember, one thing I remember definitely about Tom's set was, usually with if you've never been to a poetry show, sometimes with features they'll do a thing where they'll pass the hat around, which is because if you're a touring poet, I mean, money is always very tight. Poetry isn't a very financially sound career. I guess that's the best way. But instead of doing that, Tom decided he wanted money thrown at him. So as he's doing poems, people are just throwing change at him, which is nuts. And I talked to Tom, and he very nice guy, very nice guy, and got the book, and and then from there, it's just been fun. I hung out with Tom at Rust Belt, at Women of the World when it was here in Columbus. And he's just, I know I'm going to keep saying this, but wild and crazy and fun guy. Last time I saw him was last time Rust Belt was here in Columbus. We were at the Columbus State Community College campus, which I am now alma mater. I could say alma mater alumni. And in the middle of the campus, we have there's a huge statue of Christopher Columbus, and Tom is the kind of guy that saw the statue and was wondering what it would take to climb up the statue, and and that's Tom. Tom is fun. He definitely brings up the room, and his poetry is amazing. My favorite poem of his definitely is a top 10 poem of mine. When it comes to the slam poet feature scene, is a poem called "Have You Accepted," which is I love that poem so much because it finally gave me an answer when people would ask me religious beliefs of mine, and it's here in this book. And I mean, lines like one of my favorite lines, one of the reasons I love this is, have you accepted Jesus Christ as a man of social and personal change? Have you come to grips with the fact that he was a Jew and most likely didn't have blue eyes? Do you realize that he was killed by religious fundamentalists, people that feared his new way of thinking because it threatened their sense of comfort? Have you accepted Martin Luther King as a role model for your children? Can you embrace Mahatma Gandhi as a man of God, Buddha as a vessel of divinity, Muhammad as a holy Did you realize that if you hold the image of God before the entire world, that not everyone will seize the same thing, and will you take that as beautiful? That is how I like to view spirituality. And because of Tom's poem, I now have someone ask me, well, what's your spiritual belief? So it's like, here, read this poem by my friend Tom Budday. You'll realize what I believe. But besides that poem, other great poems, When I Met Her, We Are Connected. I mean, this book is full of just tiny poems. I Need a Gargoyle, For a New Friend. It's just a wonderful book, and I don't know if he still sells it, if he still has copies, but I'm lucky that I have a copy, and I'm lucky that I have met Tom in my life. He's newly married, been over a year, so mazel tov. And I just hope that still doesn't, maybe he'll come down here and do a feature. I would love to have him feature again, and like to see if he's new works that he's writing, and just hopefully, he's doing well. And I think on that note, it's time to dig into the magic shoebox. I really couldn't find a website for Tom. I don't even think he has a website, really. So the best thing, I know that poems like, I know Have You Accepted, a poem called Tonight, it's a dual video of a feature of his, are here on YouTube. When I Met Her, there are a couple videos of When I Met Her on here, so I suggest that checking them out. And on that note, we're going to dig into the magic shoebox here, pick out this name. And just going to be another lovely feature next week. So until then, my name is Joe Atticus Inch, reminding you to keep your pens moving, live long and prosper. I'll see you next week.